So, and that concludes the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So we will now open the public hearing. Ms. Capoletta, thank you for reminding us of the procedure that we didn't used to do, but we do now. And if you would continue on, you have to do 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Marie Campoletta. I live at 1322 Belvin. They call me LMC. Actually, the procedure has always been to give a staff presentation before a public hearing. Well, it's for the last 30 years I've been going, it's been the procedure. So we've also usually had public hearings at a reasonable hour. I wanted to give homage to somebody here in our community. I want to read something, and some of you may be able to identify who this person is. In the almost empty city council chamber, only a handful of citizens gather to discuss how a possible grant to the city might be best used. It's easy to wonder why these few chosen spend their evening in this way. They might just as well stayed home to relax in front of the television or reading a good book or visiting with friends. Looking a little closer, one sees a familiar face, a face that is likely to be visible whenever people get together to discuss the interests of the community. Who is this woman, and what motivates her to attend a meeting after meeting, sometimes as many 2 or 3 people at 2 or 3 meetings a day? Ollie Giles shrugs off praise and the understatement, "I just like to stay active in the community." And many of y'all know Ollie Giles, and she was a steward of our community, and I loved her as a neighborhood advocate. I loved her as a historian with genealogy, and quite frankly, she's a spitfire. She's up in heaven making sure all the angels are in line, and she's going to tell you her thoughts. And I know she's with the Lord, and we're all very thankful to have her here in our community, and God rest her soul. And I just have her thoughts. Brenda and I are very close friends, and they're all in and I think she is an exemplar case study of why we need this museum. So I'm not going to go into the historical resources rollout. Y'all know my opinions on that. And I know every one of you on the screen loved her dearly. I know every one of you probably sat on her front porch and drank a Schlitz beer, if she had any, right, when you were campaigning, or you saw her around town. And that smile will always be in our minds. And I remember the last time I saw her, it was my last campaign, and she invited me in, and I was there for 2 hours. She took out all of her notebooks and showed me all of her genealogy, all of her photos. She was still sharp as a tack, and I hope all of us have our mental capacities when we're that age, because she was still physically, mentally, and spiritually at her A game that late in life. And that truly is a blessing, and it's a testimony to her passion for the Lord, as well as her passion for our community. And I appreciate your time this evening. God bless San Marcos.
Thank you for those kind words about Ms. Giles. Our next speaker is Ryan Patrick Perkins, Chair of the Historic Preservation Commission. Perkins.